Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Brian here from Third Coast Ministries. Today is June 16th. It is a Sunday, so that means it is Father's Day. So, big shout out to all the fathers out there, all the stepdads, grandpas, uncles, all the men putting in work on the family. Keep it up, it's important. And I just got off the phone with my dad right now. Thought I'd give him a call. We don't get to talk as much since I've been in Nicaragua, so try to call as much as I can, especially on days like this. And this morning I got up early to work on a project, but this video is not about that project. But while I was working on the project, I was thinking about different times in my life, specifically an instance I have with my grandpa. So my mom's mom remarried when I was young, and the guy she married, he was our grandpa. He did the grandpa stuff. He took us fishing. We did stuff together. He taught me how to do a lot of stuff. So he was our grandpa. And I think I got to thinking about it because here I'm working on a project to channel water away from an area that floods pretty easily on campus. And I specifically remember one day when I was there in the summertime, they had like their basement was here, and there's a hill that kind of came down kind of like that, and the water was running into the basement. And so we were fixing that area to make the water go somewhere else. And I remember specifically, I don't remember what I did, I don't remember how I fixed it, but what I remember specifically about that was I was doing something, and my grandma came outside, and she was like, "Hey, do you know what you're doing?" And I had no clue. I'll be honest, I did not know what I was doing. And but my grandpa, before I could say anything, he just kind of looked over and was like, "Yes, he knows what he's doing." And she was like, "Okay." And she went back inside, and then he showed me how to do it correctly because I was messing it up. But that's something that has stuck with me for a long time. I was maybe 15, 16, 17, around there. I was definitely in high school, but I don't think I was a senior yet. And he'd done that kind of work his whole life, so he showed me how to do it. I never worked with concrete before, so he showed me what I need to do, how to mix everything, and do all that. So that was pretty cool. And I started thinking about, because today is Father's Day, I was thinking about, things my dad and I did together, and the moments that kind of helped shape, I guess, my life and stuff like that. I remember one time when my mom was going to go back to school. I believe I was in fifth grade. I'm pretty sure, fourth or fifth grade. And we didn't have a big house. We lived in Pasadena at the time. And my dad came in and talked to my brother and I, and he's like, "Hey, look, your mom's going back to school. We need to take one of your rooms and we need to turn it into a study so she has a place to do her schoolwork." And so he's like, "I understand that it's a sacrifice, but this is something we need to do, and it'll be better for us, in the future." And he was right. It was. And I remember thinking about that and what we had to do. And sacrifice is something I hit on all the time in my AEP class for ninth grade. It's like a business and entrepreneur class. So I'm like, hey, sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. If you want to achieve anything, you're going to have to sacrifice things. And I believe the definition we use in class is giving up something or going without something in order to achieve something better. And that's what it was. But I was in fifth grade, so however old you are in that, now I'm 38, so like I've carried that with me my whole life. And so like those kind of things were important. Like he would sit us down and talk to us and explain to us, this is what we need to do, this is why we need to do it. And even when I was in discipline problems, like for talking too much in school, which I'm sure is shocking to everybody that knows me. I think that's why I have students that talk so much. That's my punishment for me talking so much as a kid. But every time I got disciplined for anything, it was always explained, like, this is what was expected, this is what you did. So that gap, we told you this is what was going to happen. So that was always how that was. Everything was explained like that, and that's kind of always stayed with me. And I remember working with my dad on. We built a house together with some friends. Like that was pretty cool. We've done a lot of neat things, and I've always had really good coaches. and strong male role models. So it's been pretty fortunate, and I never really realized like how much my mom and dad did, when I was playing sports until I was a coach, and I saw how little a lot of other parents did. And so it's important. So like one of the issues, I remember last year I had a lot of discipline issues in some of the kids in my little kids class, and I went on the database and I was looking at their information, and I noticed that a lot of them don't have dads, fathers in their lives, or if they do, they're busy doing work or something like that. And it's really heartbreaking because I think about all these moments I had with my dad and my grandpa, my fun dad. That's my dad's dad. That's what we called him. And even my uncles, like my Uncle George, he's a good man. He's taught me a lot of good things too growing up. And we were fortunate, that when my Aunt Carol got married, that kind of brought him into our lives. So, I've had all these moments, and some kids don't get that. I'm not going to go into why or whatnot, but like it's important. I can see that now as a teacher. I'm not a dad yet. I hope to be in the future, but for 40 minutes, Monday through Friday, like I'm a dad for about 80 students, that I have throughout the day, 40 minutes at a time. So try to do this kind of things. And some of the funny stories about my dad and I when I was little, I'll be like, I saw him working on his motorcycle. I'm like, Dad, I want to help. What can I do? He's like, here, hold the flashlight. And I'm like, man, I didn't want to hold the flashlight, but I sat there and I learned a lot of things, and that's how I learned how to work on vehicles. And I remember, I think it was last December, I was at my stepbrother's house and I was working on something, and it was at night, and he's like, hey, do you need help? I was like, yeah, man, hold the flashlight. so I finally got him back. It took 30 something years, but I finally got him with the flashlight line. So it's cool, and so I just, like I said, I just talked to him earlier tonight and was just thinking about things while I was working on my project, and how lucky and fortunate and blessed I was to have, my dad and my grandfathers, and so it's good. So to all the dads up there, man, keep doing your thing. All the stepdads, man, major props to you guys. You guys stepped up, and so, man, just keep going. And if you haven't called your dad yet, you got a few hours, and you need to call your dad, tell him you love him, and thanks for everything he's done for you. So once again, this is Brian from Third Coast down in Nicaragua, and adios.